Here I am painting, and I'm now commissioned to do things. And I was asked to do something for women's heart health, because women have heart disease, and no one in those days ever talked about it. And the drug companies never made specific medicines or did tests for women's heart health. So I was commissioned to do a series of paintings. Some of them I did were women in red dresses. And then I painted this single heart, and I didn't close it off. And I went, you know what, that reminds me of my mom. And it reminds me of how she always said to me that in life there would be challenges, and that, you know, if you felt insurmountable, your natural instinct would be to close off your heart and never let anyone know what was going on. And if you did that, she said, it would eat you alive. And I just thought of so many people I know, including myself, who would hang on to some terrible thing that had happened and just never be able to let go of it, just say, well, that's why I'm this way, because this happened in my life, and would never be able to process it. And my mother always said, you have to accept it. She said, accepting a life is the hardest thing to do. Even, you know, accepting the deeds of others or yourself or mistakes you may be made. She said, but if you can reach out and help someone else, especially from your unique perspective, having been through whatever this is, she said, there's always someone worse off, and that will just feed into you, and it will bring love and purpose and healing into your life. So I then experimented by doing two hearts that were open that connected. And I looked at it first, and I just went, wow, there's something here. I don't know what it is, but this is different. I did a series of paintings that way. In fact, it started out on the back of a napkin. And then I went to my husband, and I said, can we trademark this? He said, don't be ridiculous. It costs too much money, and it's impossible. It's a heart. So then eventually he did. And the next thing I knew, our lawyer called and said, you're not going to believe it, but no one's been able to trademark any heart of any kind except for your wife. And you've got it globally, worldwide, in every category. So I went, woohoo! You know, don't tell me I can't. So I just felt there are so many people out there who hurt and are alone and who want to connect. And I just felt that my mother's message was one that was worth sharing. So my mother's favorite show ever was Dancing with the Stars. And she knew, of course, from my early days that I wanted to be a dancer, and I couldn't be, and that was a great tragedy for me, which ended up being an opportunity to be an actress, obviously. But she had had a stroke, couldn't talk, couldn't move, was in a nursing home. And I was asked to do Dancing with the Stars. And so I told my sister, and she told my mother on the phone, and my mother went, yes. We went, Mika, you haven't spoken in 7 months. And she went, like that. So basically it was decided by everyone there who witnessed it that I was not to come home, that my mother knew she was dying. I had just seen her recently, and that I was going to do this competition. And so I just thought, I want to have something that I can wear and feel and touch and feel when I'm dancing. So I had a single necklace made. Never thought of doing it as a jewelry line, but just did one, just for me, so I could touch it and feel it when I was competing. The good people from Kay Jewelers saw this necklace and at a private dinner, and they said, you know, what's that? And I explained the philosophy behind it and the meaning. And they then said, you know what, who do we talk to? We want to do something with this. And I said, you can do it on the condition, one condition, that we tell the story and that there is a philanthropic link to it. And so for the last 10 years, it's been one of the most successful jewelry lines. It's in Canada, England, and America. I'm very proud to say that Kay Jewelers have supported the Open Hearts Foundation.